Hey everybody, I'm the Gulf Coast Granny and welcome back to my kitchen table. Today I'm going to do a little bit of indoor gardening, but it's for my aquarium. You remember the plants that I bought at the pet store this past weekend? I'm going to put them in this glass bowl. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want a bare bottom tank. I don't want any gravel. I don't want any thing that I have to vacuum between or vacuum to keep clean. I want the bottom of that thing to be pristine most of the time. Now it is going to get a little bit dirty from, putting fish food in it, and the fish won't eat all of the food, but I can vacuum that out and it'll be super simple if there's nothing obstructing the bottom. But I do want plants in there, so I'm going to do container gardening in my aquarium. Check that out. This is a disclaimer. I've never done this before. I've watched a few videos on how to do it. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that I get it right, okay? First thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of gravel in the bottom of this bowl. And then I'm going to put some gardening soil. This is just indoor potting mix. Now, one of the results of using this soil that has peat in it is it's going to lower the pH of my aquarium. But our pH is so high here in South Mississippi that I kind of need it lowered a little bit, so it's not going to bother me much. Now, we're going to unpot this little booger first because he's root bound. And I might have to get a pair of scissors to get him out. Oh, no. See, look at this. His roots were sticking all out of the basket. Now, this is rock wool that they have around the plant. And you take that off. Oh, look, there's more than one of these. Look at that. I might have to get another bowl and do 2 of these. Now, I'm going to take my pencil and make a hole right here on this corner. And I'm going to stick those roots down in there. Let's get it deeper than that. And cover them up. Now, the one thing you have to make sure of is that the crown, where the plant starts coming out of the roots, is above the soil level. So that's what I'm doing. And now, I took this one out of its little clay pot already, just to see how easy it was to take it out. Y'all, this one's a mess. Well, this is the one that was in bad shape anyway. So let's see if we can bring it back to life. Now I'm going to take these tall ones. And look, y'all, this was in a bundle wrapped up in this little thing. And I thought it was one plant. It's 5. And they all have good roots on them. This one has the best set of roots, so I'm going to use this one first. And I'm going to stick him right here in the middle. He stands up nice and pretty. Now I'm going to stick a couple of them next to him. Got to find the one with the best roots on it. Y'all, it has been raining buckets here today. It started storming last night sometime in the middle of the night, and it hadn't quit yet. I mean, we've had little breaks in between, but it just keeps coming in waves. In fact, I'm not so sure A tornado didn't find a trailer park today because this sure is the weather for it. Now let's press it down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more of these rocks on top of the soil. And the reasons I'm putting these rocks in here is to keep the soil in the container instead of all over. I'm making a mess. All over my the bottom of my aquarium. It weights it down and it doesn't make a huge mess. That's the theory. We're going to test it here in a minute. And now I've got this other little thing of flat marbles, semi-flat, and I'm going to stick those on top to weight it down a little bit more. I sure hope I'm not killing my plants off. Now there's my sparse little aquarium plant. Oh, I got to get that off of there. The sticker was on the bottom still. It's supposed to grow just like that. And I'm going to put it in the aquarium in a minute. And we're going to find out next week if it's doing what it's supposed to do. The great thing about putting plants in a fish tank, it's a perfect environment for them. Because of the nitrogen cycle. When the fish produces waste, it turns to ammonia, turns to nitrite, turns to nitrates. Well, what do plants need? Nitrogen. And that's what all that stuff is made out of. And then, of course, the plants benefit the fish by producing oxygen in the water. And absorbing all of the toxins that are in the water, toxic to the fish. So now we're going to try this out. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the dirt stays in here and doesn't muck up my aquarium. Ooh, I'm scared. I only see a few crumbs of potting soil around the top. The marbles did their job of weighting it down so that it didn't spill out everywhere. Now I'll give y'all a closer look. Look at that. See there, there's no potting soil all over the bottom or floating all over the top. And I think it's going to be pretty. I'll have to test the water in my aquarium a little later to make sure that it didn't throw the water off. It's going to throw it off a little bit, but I'm talking dangerously off. Look at there. There's my new fish. And there's the little smaller one. And there's their plant. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my video. If you did, go ahead and subscribe below and hit the like button. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think I could have done better. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm only going off of what I've seen done in other people's aquariums on YouTube. So you guys have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you again real soon, all right?